Hello and welcome to Recyclist. It's July 21st, 2025. I'm your host, Eric Provost, and this is your weekly roundup of all the biggest news stories within the world of waste, gas, and energy, presented by Diamond Scientific. First things first, and as always, let's take a quick look at the stock market and 5 stocks on the move from this past week within the world of waste, gas, and energy. Going into this past weekend, Waste Management was sitting at $227.30 per share. Forum Energy Technologies down a bit over the past week to $19.57 per share. Brookfield Renewable Corp. now at $36.26 per share. Republic Services Incorporated reached $240.56 per share. And Ranger Energy Services now sitting at $11.55 per share. But going into the news, this past week, the United States Environmental Protection Agency released data showing that more than 1.9 billion renewable identification numbers, or RINs, were generated under the Renewable Fuel Standard during June. This down 11%, though, when compared to the 2.14 billion generated during the same month of last year. Total RIN generation for the first half of 2025 reached 11.17 billion, this down 8% when compared to the 12.18 billion generated during the same period of 2024. More than 6.54 million D3 RINs were generated in June, including 5.3 million generated for cellulosic ethanol by domestic producers, 1.23 million generated for renewable natural gas by domestic producers, and 3,847 generated for compressed renewable natural gas by domestic producers. But diving into wastewater for just a second, though not literally, researchers at Australia's RMIT University have developed an experimental method that uses wastewater contaminants to support green hydrogen production, potentially reducing the need for fresh water in the process. Lead researcher, Associate Professor Nasir Mahmood from RMIT's School of Science, revealed that the team found a way to capture platinum, chromium, nickel, and other metals in the water, and then put these elements to work to enhance green hydrogen production, saying, quote, "The advantage of our innovation over others to produce green hydrogen is that it harnesses wastewater's inherent materials rather than requiring purified water or additional steps." End quote. But staying with wastewater for a moment more, this past week, Grundfos announced the launch of Grundfos Connect Sewer Insights, a new digital platform for monitoring and optimizing open channel flow systems. Powered by machine learning and data analytics, the company says it provides utilities and municipalities with real-time visibility, predictive insights, and proactive tools to locate inflow and infiltration, optimize O&M processes, and prevent overflows. According to the American Society of Civil Engineers, the impact of inflow and infiltration alone in the U.S. exceeds $100 billion annually. This includes the cost of sewage overflows, added pumping, and increased plant treatment. And up next, according to a new report from Pacific Gas and Electric Company submitted to the California Public Utilities Commission, the company claims a 42% reduction of methane emissions in 2024 from its gas pipeline system compared to its levels in 2015, surpassing its commitment to achieve a 20% reduction by 2025. Austin Hastings, the gas engineering vice president, said, quote, "Achieving and surpassing our methane emissions reduction goal is an important milestone that highlights our efforts to reduce the carbon footprint of our natural gas pipeline system. Coupled with our ongoing commitment to support the interconnection and delivery of California-produced renewable natural gas, we remain committed to achieving a net zero emissions energy system for our customers and hometowns." End quote. And just a quick reminder, Recyclist is a registered trademark of Diamond Scientific, an industry leader in gas analysis, instrumentation, and solutions. So make sure to check them out online at diamondsci.com. That's diamondsci.com. Or you can even set up a personalized presentation just by calling 321-223-7500. Now on with the news. Houston-based Freedom CNG recently announced its acquisition of Comtech Energy, a company that specializes in mobile refueling for low-carbon fuels. Freedom, already a distributor of compressed renewable natural gas in North America, says they were motivated to make the purchase because of Comtech's on-site refueling tech. Comtech, per its press release, also specializes in standardizing gaseous fueling infrastructure and accelerating the speed of deployment, primarily amongst blue-chip customers in the heavy-duty transportation sector. James Rowe, Comtech's now former president, said, quote, "This partnership with Freedom provides the ideal platform to significantly scale our vision for renewable natural gas distribution. The strategic resources and growth capital they bring allow us to quickly build out our RNG hub-and-spoke infrastructure model and drive the accelerated adoption of RNG for heavy-duty transportation." End quote. Also in the realm of mergers and acquisitions, Casella Waste Systems is now acquiring Mountain State Waste, a company that offers residential, commercial, and industrial waste collection services in West Virginia and parts of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Kentucky. Casella expects the deal to generate approximately $30 million of annualized revenues. The transaction is expected to close in the fourth quarter of 2025, pending regulatory approvals. The deal helps Casella expand into new territories for the company, as well as strengthen its footprint in Pennsylvania, where it already operates. CEO John Casella noted the deal especially helps position the company to expand into West Virginia, saying, quote, "Mountain State Waste has excelled operating in the franchise markets of West Virginia and has built a strong reputation for reliable service and community engagement, and we look forward to building on that legacy." End quote. And speaking of deals, A New Climate, a global provider of climate solutions, recently announced the extension of its exclusive agreement with CNX Resources Corporation to market remediated mine gas, a powerful ultra-low carbon intensity energy source derived from captured waste methane. Specifically, RMG is produced by capturing and upgrading waste gases from active and abandoned mines. While federal regulations require mine gas to be released from mines for safety reasons, there are no regulations in place to mitigate its impact. Randy Lack, president at A New Climate, said, quote, "RMG represents one of the most impactful and scalable decarbonization tools available today. We are proud to continue our collaboration with CNX, which supports the next generation of methane capture projects and will continue to drive adoption of RMG across sectors." End quote. And lastly, according to Waste Management's sustainability report covering 2024 released this past week, the company upgraded or built 12 recycling facilities and opened 5 waste management-owned renewable natural gas facilities last year. The company says it is on track to invest more than $3 billion in strengthening its recycling and RNG infrastructure from 2022 through 2026. Tara Hemmer, the Senior Vice President and Chief Sustainability Officer for Waste Management, said, quote, "At Waste Management, we are committed to leading the way through our sustainability growth strategy, expanding access to recycling and lower emission energy sources. We are driving sustainability forward by providing innovative, circular solutions customers and communities need to help create a better future." End quote. And that will do it for your July 21st, 2025 news roundup, brought to you by Recyclist, again, a registered trademark of Diamond Scientific. I've been your host, Eric Provost, and we will see you back here next week for another brand new episode of Recyclist. Thank you.